Hi there. I am ready to show you how to assemble these cards. Now, this is the first time I'm making them. I kind of ran through the directions. I already separated everything and put them in the envelopes here, and that way I could just pick out one card at a time and assemble it for you. So if you haven't been able to see my previous video, I unveiled the first kit of the year for Paper Pumpkin, and it is called Key to My Heart. It is a set of 9 cards, 3 of each pattern, and everything comes in the kit. I already have mine in my little basket when I get to prepping stuff. Paper Pumpkin has everything that you need, including the adhesive. You may just need a couple more tools to complete the project, and you are all set. You could take this on the road with you. So I've already punched out my die cuts. I've punched out these images. You don't have to run them through a machine. This is already done for you. And I just put everything in a little basket. And I'm gonna try to make some alternatives with them and make something different other than what the instructions call for. So if this is your first Paper Pumpkin, then you will have received your own little acrylic block, and this can be used over and over and over. So whenever you store all of your items away, this is what you need for every kit. Now later on you may want to purchase some extra blocks. These are available on my website, and I will show that later on. I'm choosing to utilize these because I don't want to keep switching out on one block, so that's why I have multiple blocks for my stamps. So some tools I do use are my snips, my pick tool, and my bone folder for the cards. They already come pre-scored, but I like to enhance it a little bit with the bone folder on that line. I got my little trusty trash can here, so I'll probably take the lid off. It's easier. And let's get to work. Now, one more thing. I have chosen to use my older dimensionals. This kit did come with a brand new sheet, but I'm gonna pull my large and small ones from my stock, and then I have an older sheet of the adhesive dots, so I'm gonna use these. And then I have the large Stampin' Pad of the Fresh Freesia, which was the color that came in the kit. You're always gonna get an ink spot, and you will always receive a set of stamps with each Paper Pumpkin. So if you have the larger Stampin' Pad, by all means use it. Save the other one for another day, or go ahead and use your little Stampin' Spot, but just make sure that that lid, just like this one, is always secure so your ink does not dry out. So that's why I have this out here. And let's see, what else do I have to cover? I think that's about it for now. I'm just gonna put my, oh, let me see. I don't follow directions. I usually just look at a photo and then I put things together how I want, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. So this one is using the To My Valentine. So I'm gonna place my my acrylic stamp. I'm going to use my Valentine, and then it is on there. And what else? We got some hearts here. So let's use this stamp, and then that looks like it for now for this one. So let's pull the color, and it looks like we're doing this guy right here. So as mentioned before, I have pulled all of the components out that we'll be using for this particular card. And isn't this beautiful? This envelope here. And you know, when you open it up, still carries an image over. I really, really like that. So we're gonna set that one aside, and let's do the card. So this one called for the card base with the gold foil. Looks kind of like a lattice design. And you can see it is already scored, but I am going to use my bone folder and just give it a little extra on there and put that over there. So you don't want to go too hard because you will create a perforation on it. Okay, so this one is ready to decorate. Now, we have all of our dies that are punched out, and there's just a little bit more to do. It kind of looks like an umbrella. I might save that, or like an egg, maybe a little chicken coming out of it. I don't know. I just look at stuff and see things in another light sometimes. So I might save these, but I'm not going to save them for too long. I just reorganized and cleaned out a lot of stash and stock, and I gave it away. I threw it away. I donated it. I utilized it with some cards, and then I was done. So on to a new year. So these are the items that we're using for the card number 1. You got 3 locks. You have the little banner. There were 3 types that came with this kit. This one here with the little tails on each end. This one here looks like it has a little ribbon in the back, but it's all cardstock. This one here at the angle. So we're using this one that came from here. And then the other one is the vellum sheet, and I already popped out everything that I need from there, and I think that goes on the top here, something like that. We'll figure it out. It called for 15 inches of the twine that comes with your kit. And remember, if you don't have a mat on your work desk, or if you don't have a work desk, and it comes with the ruler on the side, so you can measure 15 and cut your piece. So like I said, everything you need comes in this kit, and you will look like a pro when you finish. Now, first things first, the hearts. So we're going to take our ink, and you're just going to tap lightly, and you can press on some paper and see how it's coming out. This is more of a color on color, and we're just going to put, let's see, it calls for it. This keeps flipping over. I need one of those little clippy things here while I'm doing this. Okay, so let's see. That's going to go here in this corner, and it's just a little light shadow, if you can see that. And then I bet you this side's going to be darker. Maybe not. So then we have the right corner and the lower left corner. So I'm going to leave this. I got to clean it over here, and because I believe the other one is going to have the hearts on it as well. But let's do the banner. So this one here is going to say, "To my Valentine." And okay, you don't want to press too hard. You will get it on your acrylic block. You just want to do like a little tap, 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 and then center. I'm going to move this down here because I have to lean over it, and I don't want my head to be in the video. Oh, I hope this comes out. Okay, it did. So just kind of angle it. This is not straight, which I don't like it to be straight, because then I will focus on the edges here. I need to focus on the lettering. So, but if you do have a Stamparatus, you can use it. That way you know where to position it, and it will go in the same spot. So that is done for now. I'm going to put this up because I'm notorious for getting ink everywhere. So our inking is done, and now we are going to assemble it. So let's take our card, and let's see, it calls for Now I'm using what was in the kit. If you have your tape runner, then by all means go ahead and use it. But I am showing you how you can assemble it with what comes in the kit, so you don't have to take all those extra things with you. If you're just going camping for a weekend, if you're maybe you have a stay in the hospital, and if you're able to craft sitting up while you're waiting on things, this is the way to go. So on these, I want to show you these directions real quick. On these directions, those little black dots mean adhesive dots. Those are the flat things that I'm using. These larger circles here, those are the dimensionals. And these, that's what these are here. They give a little 3D effect. So that's the difference. That's how you can determine which adhesive it is that you're going to be using for the back of your card stocks. So let's continue on. I'm using a pick tool. It makes it easy to lift off the protective covering. This is two sides. One side is already on the cardstock that's stuck, and the other side is shown right now, and that means that when I flip it over, it will stick to my card. Now, we can put this here because, I don't know. Actually, the vellum goes a little bit on top of it. So let's do, how are they sticking the vellum? Ah, I know. Okay, where's my vellum? So we're going to put that in the middle because the sentiment will cover your adhesive dot. So let's put two more adhesive dots on this, and then I'm going to have to tie a ribbon on video. That's going to be fun. So we're going to do two of those like that. Actually, you don't tie it. It's going to look like it's been tied. You just kind of wrap it and do a little faux ribbon. So let's do that. So you have your 15 inches of your string here. And what you do to make a fake one is you're going to do like that. And then you're going to do, wait, no, you're not. You're going to do like, oh my gosh, I did it earlier. Somebody help me. This has to look like two. So I guess we're going to do, okay, here we go. We're going to do like that. And then we're going to do like that. Okay, so there's your fake bow. And then you're going to take it and you're going to flatten the three that are now, I don't know if you can see that, they're just on top of each other. And you're going to stick it to your vellum, those two little dots that we had there. And then let's bring, this one goes up and this one goes down, and these little loop-de-loops go on each side. Then we can flip it over. Do we flip it over? No, we leave it like that. I'm learning as I go. And then you will just, you know what? It says to put it on the middle now. Okay, so take my pick tool and let's take one of these and you're going to pick that off. And okay, so that's what holds it. But I want something else on there. And it actually does say to use the dimensionals. So I'm going to put one there and one here. I feel a lot safer using this. But because it's covered, you can put more adhesive dots down there. So we're going to put that like so. We're going to center it. And let's see. Put that on there like that. And there we go. So that is now on here. Kind of pull this down. Be careful because I have vellum. If you bend it, it's gonna look like it's cracked. See, did such a good job of putting that down on the adhesive that it's not moving. So, oh well, that's okay. Just kind of gives it the look. So now let's put this on. So your hearts are upright, and it says to put it kind of in the center. So let's do that. And there you go. And then you're going to take, let's see. Let's see, I'm going to put 2 more. You know what? I think that was supposed to be flat. This is the part where the dimensionals go. This is going to be a chunky card, but that's okay. So we're going to put that on the back, and that's what's going to stick right here. Just a little bit on top of that card right there, and then you just press it down. Okay, now the little locks. The locks also take the dimensionals. I'm going to use my little small guys here because I have to use 2 on each, and I'm going to put them down the center, and like so. And do one more. Now, if you're doing this as you go, you might be done with this part. Depends on if you did that bow a lot quicker than I did, or you didn't do those dimensionals the way I did. So let's see. This one here. So those are done. So this one here is going to go, let's see, right there. And then we got this little guy over here. And then we have our center one. I'm going to put him a little higher. We're going to put our center guy right there. Okay, and you have completed card number 1. I love that little foil lining on it. And to my Valentine, I'll straighten that out later. But this one is done, and it is going to go in its coordinating envelope. And onto card number 2. So let's take a look at card number 2. So card number 2 is actually the Fresh Freesia color, which is the color of our monthly stamp, monthly ink. So this one, we're going to use Love is the Key for the sentiment, and that is the only sentiment. And we're going to use those same hearts. So let's bring that out. And I'm going to do my, switch over my acrylic. Sometimes when you pull these, they tend to bend. And so you kind of want to let it sit flat end up so it can relax and take its normal shape. And you know what's cool about these stamps is, let me show you. I hope it comes back because I have an idea when I do my alternates that I'm going to use this. So you can bend them to curve and get a really, you know, just something different, a different image. Maybe you can put it around the heart or around a sunset, like say you have a little sun. And let me show you. So it might be a little light, but it says love is the key. And let's see if it comes up on here. You see that? How it arches? I just like that. Here, let me use this to see this better. So, see how I did that? It's just got that little arch on there. So that is something else that is really, really neat about these photopolymers. So because I have curved that, I'm going to let that rest a while and just let it spread out and straighten up. And I'm still going to need this, and I'm going to need my hearts. And let's see what this one calls for. So this time we are using the Fresh Freesia card base. We're using the round vellum. We have 2 padlocks and 1 key. We have 6 inches of string. And then we have our little tag that was already die cut for our sentiment. So let's see what this is all about now. So I'm going to put my little stamp onto my block. It's a little bit too high. Okay. And it calls for the sentiment to be on this little banner. So let's do that. Again, I'm going to go off camera because I have to bend over here and lean in. I'm just centering it, pulling it off. There it is. And see how I am with that ink? I told you. Oh, I'm horrible. And let's see. So this one, you're going to stamp the actual card base. So let's fold that score line and give it a little bit reinforcement. And let's take these hearts and put them, looks like one goes up here and one goes down here. I think you will faintly see the image when this is done because it's going to be covered by the round vellum that you're going to put on here. So there's that. I kind of went out, so I should have looked at it, but I like it. So let's put the adhesive on here. It's calling for 2 of the adhesive dots. That's the little flat guys. And let's pop this off. These are going to be covered by the padlocks that you're going to put on. So that little dark image won't show. So you're going to flip it over and they are now going to be on the left side. And you're just going to place them on. And you can faintly see them, but you want to see the hearts is what you want to see. So let's put that, and then we're going to take the padlocks and let's punch out these little die cuts. And it calls for the dimensionals now to go on the back. So let's put 2 on each of them. Again, this is the pick tool, and there's other things. The end of it, it has putty, so if you need to pick up like sequins or anything, it just makes it so much easier. And then there's other tools that are add-ons that are really cool. There's a brush you can add on for when you run things to a die cut and you have to punch out more than just this. Say it's like a flower of some sort and the petals all around have all the die cuts. You can run the brush back and forth, and it just gets them out a lot quicker. Okay, so these are done. So let's put one over here, and then we're going to put one up here. It's not really how the picture is. It should be a little like higher like that. So let's move this over. It's not gonna hurt it. So let's move this over to there, and then let's move this over to here. So now they are interlocked. Looks like they're interlocked, but we're gonna take care of that because we have the key, and the key is going to use the flat. Oh, I gotta poke that little guy out there. And the key will be, we're gonna put one right at the, I'll just say like the neck of the key, and then one here toward the bottom, but not all the way to the bottom. And then we're gonna pick off the protective layer to the adhesive dot. And now we are ready to adhere it to the image. And then it's going to look like it's hanging. So I'm not sure. It doesn't say when to tie it. So let's just tie it now. This one you're actually going to tie. So let's do that right now. And I don't know, I think it's supposed to look like it's around the keys, but I mean around the locks, but let's just do this. So we are going to tie a bow. Usually when I hold my classes here, everybody always asks me to tie their bow for them, and I have no problem. I could tie like a little 3-inch string into a bow. And now, I don't know what's going on. So, well, there you go. So let's kind of turn that and pull and okay, so there's our bow. And now we can, let's just add our key to hanging, just like that. Okay, and then our sentiment, it looks like it calls for the dimensionals. So I'm gonna go to the big ones here and put that on like that. And we have just completed card number 2. And this is Love is the Key. I'm going to have this overlapping a little bit because I don't want that sentiment to look too far down onto the card. So that's okay. So let's do that. It's about right. Maybe I don't want that gold. I want that. Okay, so love is the key. And then we can pull this down very carefully and stick it there and stick it there. Okay, now it's covering my is. Can't have that. Okay, I think I'm going to stick a dimensional onto the back side of that since it's already in place. And what I'm going to do is pull this off. This is one of the little guys, and I'm going to put him on the back. And okay, so there you go, card number 2. And let's do the grand finale. So this one here is, oh, there was something cute about this one. So here is the card base, and it has a die cut on it, so we have to punch that out. And then we have the other banner. We have another 6-inch ribbon, and this one has one key and a little banner of the vellum. So now we're gonna punch out, even though I've punched them out already, I didn't totally get them all ready. So I'm doing a little bit of work just to show you how the die cuts are. This here, when I opened this, I looked at it and it looks like a little vase. So with these 3 cards, I'm gonna save these because I wanna make cards with vases on them. And I just thought that was so cute. And then I looked online and I saw that other demonstrators, they were saying the same thing. So great minds think alike. So I tell you, we get a lot of ideas, and we share things, and very motivational. So I'm very glad you're tuning in. I hope I'm motivating you. I like doing my own thing, so following directions is hard. And like I said earlier, was I look at the photo and then I make it. But this time I'm following directions for those of you who want to go by the directions and do as Paper Pumpkin is. And I want to show you how easy the kit is to just take it and go. So I have reinforced my score line. And this one here, the sentiment that's going to be on it is, let's see, what this one calls for: you hold the key to my heart. So we're gonna peel that one off, and it may or may not fit on my little block, but let's find out. If not, I can use another one. Yeah, this one comes close, but I'm going to use this guy. So, again, I don't like to line it up. I like to put it crosswise, because then I'm focusing on the sentiment and not on this area, which will not help me to make it straight. Just a preference. So let's stamp this and get rid of this ink, because we'll be done with it after this. So you're just going to tap, tap, tap. You can do practice, see how it is. Maybe one end is a little lighter than the other. That should be okay. And I'm going to try and do this on camera, but I don't want my head in there. So I'm looking at the image, and I'm looking at the centering, and I'm just going to go for it. You don't rock it, just press it down and hold it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. So we are done with that. So I can put that back. And this is ready to go. This is ready to go. And let's see. So it calls for the little tiny guys here. Your little adhesive dots. And he doesn't want to jump on. There we go. So these are going to go in the center of your vellum, which will be covered by this. So we can take this off and we can place it on the card right now. That guy's giving me a hard time. He didn't want to be used today. Okay, so now, whoops. So now we have our little vellum, and our vellum is going to go onto the bottom of the card. According to this, probably around right there. And you can see if it is centered. Looks like it needs to be lifted a bit. And that should be good. And then you're going to take your sentiment. This calls for the adhesive, I'm sorry, the dimensionals. So you're going to put 2 on there, kind of in the center, but not too far off of the banner. And then you're going to take this one and center it onto the vellum. So look at the top, look at the bottom, and look at your center. And there you go. And then you're going to take your, oh, here we go with that famous ribbon. And then you're gonna, okay, tie a bow. So it looks like you don't really tie it onto the key through that loop. It looks like you just tie it. So I'm gonna do the little rabbit ear tie and see if that works and makes it straight and even. I think I've got it. Okay, so there's my bow. It is a little long, but I can snip it because I don't want it that long. Sometimes you just have to use a longer thread to get what you want so you have enough flexibility to work with. And then you're going to take a little tiny, let's see, this calls for those little, okay, and again near the neck and near the little, where that little corner is. Pop these protective coverings off on your adhesive. You can kind of get a feel for it once you start using this tool. You know how light to press, how far to go, so you're not lifting up the adhesive itself, and just taking that protective layer. So now let's put this key in the center of the keyhole. There you go. And then, you know what? I'm going to use a couple of these adhesive. I'm just going to use one. I don't really need that many. And I'm going to use this to hold down that little bow. Okay. And take where the knot is and press it down. And there you go. Look at all that. So all you got to do this 3 times each card, and you will have 9 cards to send out. So I am going to try to come up with some alternatives, which are paper pumpkin kits, but we cut them, we take them apart, we use them for other things, and we get, it's like stretching your dollar. So I hope to have a video and show you some more ideas of what I've done. One of them will be that vase. So check back, and I'll try to get that up as soon as possible. And remember, if this is your first time watching me and you are interested in paper pumpkin, this is my website, and you can sign up, and love to have you join in on the fun. I'd love to see your crafts. I would love to see your alternatives as well. So I really appreciate everybody who has been watching me, and I'm going to try and be a lot better this year. And you keep me accountable. When I see someone else is subscribing or someone is liking, that tells me I got to get my butt in gear and do stuff. So I'm going to leave these out here to just show you what I've done. This, again, this is my website if you're interested in joining and subscribing. And then this also here, I made these little banners. This also here is my website if you want to shop. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.